Mary Kay Cabot joins us right now on the Fan Hotline, as she does every Thursday. Cleveland Plain Dealer, cleveland.com. Boots are on the ground down in Carolina as the Browns get set to take on the Carolina Panthers tomorrow night, Friday night, preseason game number 1. Good morning, Mary Kay.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Mary Kay, let me ask you this. First off, do you believe that Kevin Stefanski is doing everything he can to do right by Shedeur Sanders?
Absolutely, 100% yes. I have watched this from minute one. I know what they're doing. I see what they're doing, and it's working. So people don't really understand what's going on out at practice. People don't see what's going on, but there is a method to their madness here, and it's working very, very well.
So why no first-team reps then yesterday?
Well, basically here, what the plan is with Shedeur has been to bring him along and get him up to the speed to the point where he can go out there and function effectively against pro defenses, know what he's seeing, know what he's calling, and know what he's doing. He came in a little bit behind, let's just say Dillon Gabriel, just in terms of the pre-snap process. And what the Browns have done, they take him sometimes, or early on, they were taking him over to a separate field and working with him over there. He's been working overtime on the terminology and the play calling. It's not easy to do that, to go from college where you don't have to bark out the long plays. You guys know what those plays sound like, to do everything that you need to do to get to the point where you can actually throw the pass. There's a lot going on there when you get to the NFL level. And they have been making sure that he can go out there and do that effectively. And he's going to have to do that effectively in the game tomorrow night. So that's what's been going on. And they're not putting too much on his plate. With Dillon, on the other hand, he came in with, an encyclopedic knowledge of football and complex concepts. They didn't have to do as much with him to get him up to speed. It's not that Shedeur can't learn this stuff. It's that he didn't necessarily have to previously. And now he's getting caught up. He's doing a really, really good job. Why didn't he get first-team reps yesterday? I think he's not getting the first-team reps right now because those are very, very precious reps. And I think they're giving those to the guy who's probably going to start the season. And when Kenny gets back, he'll probably get some of those first-team reps too. But right now, I think they're really honing in on Joe, working with Jerry Jeudy and getting his timing down. And I don't think they really truly believe that either Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders is going to be ready to start week 1. I think they'll play this season. I don't think it's going to be week 1.
Yeah, Mary Kay, don't we have to just come to the realization here that this really isn't a discussion about Shedeur ever, being able to move up the depth chart all the way up to like starter, because we're basically out of time already. Think about what next week is. We already saw a glimpse of it yesterday after the rain where Pickett was doing a walkthrough with the ones. Next week's going to be about Pickett and the competition between him and Flacco to get number 1. And after that, you're getting ready for week 1. So any discussion of Shedeur being able to move up, even if he plays lights out in this preseason game, going up against the ones for a couple of series and playing with a lot of the twos, there really isn't an opportunity for Shedeur to win a starting job.
I really don't think that there is. I would be shocked right now if that happens. The season opens 1 month from today, and he has yet to take a first-team snap and throw the ball to Jerry Jeudy in a drill. So if you haven't done that and the season opens a month from today, that tells me that you have not been preparing him necessarily to start the season because you didn't think he was going to be ready to do that. And why not? Because of all the things that we just talked about. You have to learn how to operate an entire pro scheme, and it takes time. And he's done a really nice job with everything that they've given him to do so far, and he's incredibly accurate. He throws a really nice ball. He throws a very catchable ball, and there are so many good things about him. But you don't want to bring him along too quickly to the point where you throw him into a situation that is completely overwhelming for him. I think he will play well. I think he will perform well tomorrow night with what they will give him to do. They will keep it simple. They will build on exactly what they've done with him in practice. They're not going to all of the sudden give him, again, these graduate level concepts that he is working his way up to. But they'll keep it nice and simple. They'll give him things to do that can help him build his confidence. And that's the right way to bring along a young quarterback like this. And these are not dumb people that are working with him. These are some of the best in the business that have done very, very well with many, many quarterbacks. They know what they're doing in this space. And, to think that anybody is trying to keep Shedeur from doing anything or to, not let him look as good as he can, I just don't believe any of those things are true.
Mary Kay Cabot joining us here on the Fan Hotline. Other than quarterbacks, how did you think things went for the Browns against the Carolina Panthers in the joint practice yesterday?
Well, I have to say, I am here by myself, and I only watched the offense, and I'll be writing a little bit more about what I saw this morning because I had so many things to write and do yesterday. But I actually thought that the first team offense got the best of the first team Panthers defense, and that's what you want to see. There were times when the twos and the threes may not have won, but the ones did, and that's good. And I think what I'm starting to see is Joe Flacco really heating up very, very nicely with Jerry Jeudy. When I look out there, I see almost the type of connection that Joe had with Amari Cooper. I think that's really, really good. I think the running game still needs Quinshon Judkins. I don't know when he's coming back. I suspect that we'll hear something sometime soon. But I still think that they need that bruising workhorse back. And then David Njoku, he's still working out some of the kinks, but I think he'll come around soon. And I think he and Joe will rekindle the chemistry that they had. And then just in terms of the other receivers, Cedric Tillman, well, Jerry and Ced are not going to play in the game, so we're not going to see that. But once again, I think Joe and Ced are coming along nicely. You're starting to see what the offense can look like, and I think that's good.
All right, we saw one clip yesterday because apparently Carolina very stingy with their video availability. DeJuan Jones just putting on a clinic at left tackle on one drill. With that said, how did that offensive line look yesterday, and is DeJuan getting more and more comfortable?
He is getting more and more comfortable, and that's great. And one of the reasons he is getting more and more comfortable is because Myles Garrett has really, really been taking him to school this camp and being really, really hard on him. Myles knows what it's going to take to get DeJuan Jones ready to play left tackle this season. And he's giving him the business. He's giving him all that he can handle. And that's really, really good. And it's been stressful, I'm sure, at times for DeJuan, but he will be grateful for it in the end. I asked Myles about that yesterday. He acknowledged that that's basically what's going on. He sees him coming up the learning curve. And I think it's in the long run, it's really going to help a lot. He's doing very, very well.
How's Mason? I know you watched the offense yesterday, but how's Mason Graham been through camp?
The little that I did look over and get to see the defense playing yesterday, I think Mason Graham, I think the lights are coming on. I see him playing fast and with confidence. And I think the good thing for Mason is that the assignment is so simple. It's basically see quarterback, get quarterback. And if that's all you really have to think about, and you're not trying to learn all kinds of, as I said before, sort of graduate level concepts as a rookie coming into this league, then you can go out there and you can just use your athleticism and your bend and all of that kind of stuff and your explosiveness and just do what they're asking you to do. And I'm starting to see him be able to do that.
If you were ranking wide receivers right now on this Browns team, where would Deontay Johnson stand?
Well, I was talking about that with some of the other writers last night. I'm sure when I look out and I watch Deontay Johnson run a route, it's different than most of the receivers out there. Pro Bowl receivers look different. His routes are very close to what Jerry Jeudy can do. These are two Pro Bowl receivers. So from a talent standpoint, Deontay Johnson looks very smooth and polished, and I think he can help this football team. But in terms of just him being here and earning his place and doing what he needs to do, he still right now, I would say, is behind Jerry, Sed, and Jamari, and then it's Deontay. So he's going to have to keep working his way up that depth chart to get on the field, because the hard part for him this season is the fact that the Browns are not going to be in three wides very much. They're going to play a lot of 2 tight end sets, sometimes 3 tight end sets, and they're not going to have 3 receivers out there very often. So he's going to have to work hard to get that playing time. He's going to have to earn it. And above all, he's going to have to continue to be extremely coachable and a good teammate to make sure that they want to have him around. So far, he's been all of that. And he just has to keep his head on his shoulders like that.
Look, Carolina won 5 games last year. It's a big year for them. They want to play their starters now in the preseason, because last year their plan of attack really did not work for them. They struggled out of the gates. So now that you've gotten a chance to see another team, even if we're not sure where the Panthers are in the pecking order of NFL teams, were there any noticeable differences between the 2 teams, the style, the coaching, the physicality, anything like that?
No, not really. Once again, you're dealing with one practice split on 2 fields. And just to give you an idea, of course, most of the people that are here covering this practice and this game, we wanted to watch the offense yesterday and see how the quarterbacks are looking. And they had the offense down on the far field, as far away from us as you could possibly get them. And a lot of times the teams were lined up behind the drill. So, I mean, you're trying to look through, legs and bodies and all of that to see what you can see. So you couldn't really see those, minute details of who's doing what and where. But I will say, in general, I did think that the Browns ones on both sides of the ball, again, limited sight lines for the defense too, but I would say on both sides of the ball, the Browns ones got the best of the Panthers ones. And that's what you want to see in a situation like this. You want to see that the team that won 3 games last year looks better than the team that won 5 games last year. And I don't know. I just think in some ways the Browns are better and in some spots than most people are giving them credit for. People seem to forget they've got Myles Garrett. They've got Denzel Ward. They've got Pro Bowlers like Joe Bitonio and Jack Conklin and Wyatt Teller, David Njoku, Jerry Jeudy. So, this is not a horrible, horrible, horrible football team. It's a team that has some areas that need vast improvement, and a team that suffered horrible quarterback problems last year. So we'll see where this is going to go, but they just might not be as horrible as everyone seems to think they're going to be.
Browns taking on the Panthers on Friday night. You can hear it here, your flagship home for Cleveland Browns football, 92.3 The Fan, and also on the free Odyssey app within 100 miles of downtown. Mary Kay, I did not text you on Saturday. I figured I'm not going to make the day about me or anything like that. Didn't need to talk to you. I knew you were going to be busy. I am sorry I did not make your gala on Saturday.
Well, we missed you, but I know you were having some family problems and an illness with one of your kids or something.
I told Lima to tell you. And did he tell you?
He did tell me, but again, you were missed. Yeah. And you were the first 2 that asked me if you would be invited to any little soiree I would have, and I said yes. Yeah. So I came through for you on that. But no, that's okay. You were missed. We'll catch you at the next party.
Yeah, Mary Kay, I'm very sorry about that.
Mary Kay, I did have a question because obviously you made the headlines everywhere around the NFL over the last week. Who has reached out to you? Who has come out of the woodwork in the last week since you pulled in such a distinguished honor, the Bill Nunn Memorial Award?
You know what? Really, no one has come out of the woodwork to this point. It's really just been about more of the people that have been here throughout my whole career and have been so incredibly supportive. I mean, the funny part about the weekend was the fact that, I honestly did not think my Belichick joke was going to go so viral. I didn't expect that to happen. I was giving my speech at the Hall of Fame, and I thought I wanted to inject some humor into it. And I just did not anticipate that it was going to go viral like that. So that was just a kind of a funny part of the weekend that sort of took on a life of its own. And I debated whether or not I should deliver the joke, but I talked it over with my daughter, who does some stand-up comedy in New York City. She's breaking into that business a little bit. And I delivered it to her, and she said, "You have to do that." She said, "That's going to kill. You have to do that." So I took the advice of my 24-year-old, and I went ahead and did it. And I'm glad I did. It was fun. It was all in good fun. And it was a joke. It was just a joke.
It was awesome. Don't listen to the people trying to cancel you, Mary Kay. Don't listen to anybody, especially if they're, in their 20s and living in North Carolina right now. Don't worry about any of those individuals. Did you hear from Belichick?
Oh my goodness.
Did he reach out?
No, I did not. I did not expect to hear from Belichick. But no, I did not hear from him. But the thing that I didn't get to say during the speech, because they give you about 5 minutes and they really want you to hold to that, I kind of went over a little bit. But I have said so many times over the years, all of the things that Belichick, when I was covering him, all of the things that he did to try to be cooperative. And I didn't get into those in this speech because, I was really trying to talk a lot about how, this journey has not been easy. But over the years, he would let me and Casey Coleman go in and watch film with him on Mondays, game film. So that was a really cool thing. And then he invited me to go on one of those, draft scouting trips where I got to fly on the private jet with him and other members of the front office to go on one of the trips. And so he did do a lot of things above and beyond the call of duty to try to work with me and have a good relationship. So that didn't come across, but I have said those things many times over the years.
Mary Kay, thank you so much. Congratulations again. We love you, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Mary Kay Cabot on the North Homestead Chrysler. Mary Kay Cabot on the Fan Hotline.